Welcome to part 9 of A Travel Made Simple, where I teach you step-by-step how to travel with less stress and more confidence. Today I'm going to talk about the process of boarding your flight and how to read your boarding pass. This is the top half of a mobile boarding pass. The bottom part right here would be the QR code, which I have cut out for safety reasons. I don't know if it's true, but I have been told that people can scan barcodes even of flights that have already passed and get all your information. If you're taking pictures and videos, anything like that, don't be sharing all your information on the internet. What I wanted to point out on here is that it does tell you what time your flight is actually boarding. So most flights start to board 30 to 50 minutes before the flight actually departs, and boarding will close 15 minutes before the flight departs. So if this was a 7:15 a.m. flight, for example, boarding would stop at 7 a.m. So between 6:38 and 7 a.m., that's when boarding would happen. Some other important details that your boarding pass will tell you is the gate that you're assigned. So you can see right up there top is gate 834. This is the seat number I was in, and I was assigned in group 6. So this is the order in which I get to board the plane. So how the order of boarding typically works is they'll start with pre-boarding. So they'll call up anyone who's flying with small children, anyone with disabilities who needs a little extra time to board the plane, active military, and first class passengers. Once that is done, then they'll call up the first group. Flying American Airlines, that starts with group 1, goes to group 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 or 9 groups. And unless you fall into the category of those people who get to board during pre-boarding, you cannot board before your group number is called. Being in group 6, I have to wait until my group is called before I can go up and get in line and scan my boarding pass and actually get onto the plane. And annoyingly, what you will see are people who were in later groups crowding the gate area, waiting for the group number to be called. If your group has not been called, do not get in the line. I cannot tell you how many times my group has been called and I've gone up and gotten in line and stood behind someone who's not in my group. They are not even boarding yet, but they are so close to literally the front that I thought that they were in line until they weren't moving. And then I was like, wait, are you boarding? And they're like, oh no. So that's just my biggest pet peeve. And at the end of the day, everyone's gonna get on the plane. If you were there when boarding is happening, you are going to get on the plane. So don't let those other people stress you out. One major airline that does their boarding differently is going to be Southwest. They're actually assigned a group and a number. So A40 or B30, something like that. And you'll actually line up in your area once they call your group. Board all of A group. And then the B group comes up, B1 through 60. They get in their area and they'll board them that way. But you're still essentially assigned a place in line, and that is the order in which that you board. And then once you get on the plane, you'll just look for your seat, row, and a number. Row 1 is going to be closest to the front of the plane where you actually board, and you'll go all the way back. So in this example, I was seat 22A, so that is row 22, so I had to go back 22 rows. You look up at the overhead compartment, there's little placards telling you the row that you're on, and then also give you an idea of which seat is which one. If you're really not sure, just ask a flight attendant because they can help guide you toward the correct seat. Follow along for more travel tips, and happy travels.